Welcome to Black Stigma, a free-to-play shooter that is currently in a demo or beta, and this time around I thought I would play it during the Steam Next Fest and talk about what this game is about and if it might be worth it. And I'm thinking mainly about the upcoming release, of course, of the full game, which is supposed to happen later on in 2025. So what is Black Stigma? Well, according to the devs and the publishers, which by the way is Bold Play Games, Black Stigma is a hero shooter game with a diverse cast of characters, and the game is built around the concept of a harmonious blend of gunfights and melee action. Something I think is nice and a bit of a different take when it comes to a casual shooter, but with some competitive PvP elements and game modes. Because you only use a pistol in this game. Yes, no other guns such as ARs or SMGs are allowed in here. This is pistol only alongside with the different abilities that each character, which by the way they're called masters, have or has, and different style of melee combat as well when getting close up to the enemy. But it's more to it, since every master in Black Stigma have their own stigma. So after the kill, the master plays their stigma, and when you receive the Black Stigma means the other master is challenging you. In this video I'm showing gameplay from more or less all the game modes that was available during this playtest. You'll see a lot of gameplay from a game mode initially here in the video called Get 'Em All, where the team with the most gold in the safe within the time limit wins. And you can earn gold by picking up gold boxes or hacking into your opponent's safe. My first game in Black Stigma was something called Versus, and here you choose 3 masters to fight 1v1 battles against other players. And the first player to win 2 rounds win the game. And finally Kill 'Em All, where you leave no enemy standing to the round. So the first team to win 4 rounds emerges victorious. Alongside with these game modes, there's also a training ground where you can try out the different masters and their abilities against bots and of course the different handguns. And there's also a custom option when it comes to joining a custom game, something I didn't try this time around. So far, I have had fun playing Black Stigma, even though I'm not a huge fan of hero shooters per se. I do like the art style of the game, leaning towards a bit of a comic book art style when it comes to the visuals, and some of the masters and their abilities are quite fun to use. Now the fact that there's also only handguns and not like any automatic guns in the game makes the transition between gunfights and melee more accessible, if you will, since you just can't pray and spray, and also an easier transition between gunfights and close-up melee fights. I also believe that the focus is right there as described when it comes to Black Stigma, so the actual abilities aren't bothering me per se, or doesn't feel overwhelming or taking too much focus of the actual gunplay and close quarter melee fights, that is. Kind of feels also as if the devs have been keeping a bit of a glimpse in the eyes when designing some of the masters and their moves. The game also works well being played in third-person mode, but you do aim down sight when using your gun in first-person mode, which makes sense. When it comes to the actual guns, meaning the handguns, there's quite some to choose from, and also a possibility to customize your gun when it both comes to attachments but also camos to your liking. From what I can see, Black Stigma has been in development for quite some time now, and they've had numerous alpha and beta tests, so the devs have said that they're now in the final stages of ensuring that the battles in this game feels natural and seamless, in order to ensure each master's playstyle is conveyed intuitively. Have they succeeded? Well, at least they've come pretty far, as the gameplay felt fluent and the game also seemed to be well optimized, since I did not have any noticeable performance issues or technical stuff going on of any kind when playing. Also, it's good to mention that it seems as if this game will be able to run on pretty low spec PCs as well, so you can check that out if you go onto Steam. Something that is a good thing also when it comes to getting more players into the game overall. I haven't seen any information when it comes to if this is also a game that will be released on console, if there will be any controller support, can't see that either. So fill in if you have some info regarding that. And if so, will it be crossplay? Well, it starts off here with PC, and I guess we'll see later on then. When it comes to the comic art style mentioned earlier, it seems that this is something that the developers have tried to achieve not only visual-wise when it comes to the actual graphics, but also by sharing the emotions, at least what they have expressed when they have been talking about the game, that they felt when encountering all-inspiring characters like in movies, comics and other games by creating a new world with their own hands. So who is this game for? I mean, is this something you could consider to play? Let me know in the comments. As said earlier, I have had fun playing. I was a bit surprised. I didn't know anything about this game before I actually got into it, and I also think it's important to say that at least for me, I need variation when it comes to my gaming, especially since I do tend to play a variety of different FPS games. Not only AAA games, but a lot of also indie shooters, free-to-play shooters, and I also like to make videos about these games on my channel so you guys can see if it's something for you as well. Will this be a game that I play a lot? I don't know. It depends also on how the release will be when it comes to the masses. Will there be a potential audience, meaning a player base that will stick around for the long run? It has to do with many factors, you know that it's hard to establish a new game on the market even so. So I hope they have a good kind of thought about how they're gonna run this game in the long run, if that makes sense, when it comes to roadmaps, updates, and of course new content, maybe new game modes and all the most likely more of these masters that they will introduce with their different abilities and so on in the game. With that said, if you do get a chance to check out the game when it comes to Black Stigma, when I'm posting this video, hopefully the playtest is still up there and running, the demo that is, so you can check it out yourself and of course let me know what you think. Maybe you've already been involved in an earlier playtest. So with that said, is Black Stigma worth it? Well, let me put it like this, the playtest definitely. I think if you are like me, a gamer enthusiast, especially when it comes to shooter or FPS games, give it a try and see what you think. I got a feel when I play this game, especially when getting close up and doing these combos or and takedowns, whatever have you. It feels a bit like I was playing Bayonetta again. If you haven't played that game, well then you don't know, but that kind of style of a game, even though that is a story-driven game and not like an online multiplayer game. But even so, take care now. I hope you're gonna enjoy the last minute or so when it comes to the game. I'm gonna let you listen in as well so you can hear the sounds a bit and what's going on when it comes to the actual gunplay or and gameplay. So thanks for watching. Thumbs up if you did enjoy. That helps me out here on YouTube. And I'll talk to you soon again in an upcoming video. Until then, have a great day. Later.
The round. Ally attacking the enemy's safe.
Did you prepare this for me? Get lost! I can't.
War returns. The round ends. 60 seconds.
Now!
Allies 10 seconds remaining.
Always
Allies safe is under
my money? Get lost! No!
only one enemy remains.
Move! Save some for me!
Only one enemy remains.
Loading up!
Only one ally remains.
Actually pretty good. Move!
Last man